Feel incredible!
It's not a cartoon, it's anime!
Yes! Welcome to the Animeshun. You know what's funny? I feel like Ice wasn't powering up for real. He was doing this.
Why would he do that? Why would he do something like that, Keenan? What would cause Ice to hold
Hey, I'm just
back?
saying, bro. That's where I'm gonna keep it at. That's where I'm gonna keep it. I ain't gonna
Ice,
go further than that.
Ice, were you powering up to the full 9,000, sir?
Hey, man, I was 9,001 out here.
Oh, okay.
9,001 though? Okay.
I'm just saying, it looked like he was around 1,007, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you do what you gotta do, Ice. I have no idea why that would be.
We gonna play.
Oh my god.
Hey. Play the tape back. Play the tape back.
Okay. Well, one thing I'll say is that as we create more content and figure out ways to get you guys more involved, this moment right here would have been one of the greatest moments for anybody that was on the inside. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, we are getting the Patreon. It's going to be started. We're working on that. And you get to see the beginning. Y'all been missing some classic moments before we start a podcast. There's a lot of funny things, a lot of funny conversations, a lot of back and forth, sometimes some quick arguments that go on. So
you'll learn a lot more about us, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
When the Patreon gets up, trust me, it'll be worth whatever we set the prices at. They ain't going to be crazy
scared.
high.
I don't want people to know about my personals, bro. Like, I don't want to be Ice today.
I feel like Rob and I are solid because we got our foundation.
We're good.
We're straight. But it's like, the other two guys is like, so where you at today? This Airbnb can't be as loud as I normally am.
Thanks for dry snitching right now.
We didn't say anything. We just said we're in an Airbnb.
Lips are sealed.
So this week, man, we're doing another anime. This week we'll be doing Jujutsu Kaisen. A lot of people have highly requested this. A lot of people said this is one of their new favorite animes. It's been getting a lot of positive pub. I know I wanted to pick it at one point. It wasn't finished. And Ice wanted to pick it at one point. It wasn't finished. And now it's going to finally be finished. If not, if it's already finished, it'll be probably finished by time.
That time.
But next time, the next episode we do.
And we're doing 4 episodes, right?
We're going by 4s.
And I'm surprised. I thought you was going to either pick this one or we're the greatest fucking anime podcast in the entire world.
That was a good one. That was
a good one. I felt it coming. That was good.
I normally see it coming. I don't even know why Brendan took his headphones off when he really got the whole thing out. Then he took it off to get no residual.
Yeah. But just defeated.
But yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen, man, I'm glad. I know I'm a spoiler guy. To be honest with you, I feel like I've missed some. Like honestly, because since the show is wrapping up this season. On Twitter, for some reason, Twitter has been trending on Twitter a few times. So I've been like, I had to like kind of like get off the Twitter because I had to get off Twitter because they were like saying what was happening towards the end. And I was like, I actually kind of want to just, I want to see this and with fresh eyes. And I've already seen some clips to fight back, nigga, fight back. I've already seen that clip so many times.
I think everybody's seen that clip. Bro.
Yeah. So I do. Rob and I were talking. I wanted to see the context of it, but this is my pick this week. Jujutsu Kaisen. Brennan, do you have any factuals? Oh, I didn't introduce you guys. Myself, Ice, Rob, Brennan. You already know the squad, of course, if you continue to come back to us. But Brennan, any factual actions this week, brother?
Yeah, man, there's a lot to this, actually. It was written and illustrated by a guy named Gege G-E-G-E Akutami. And this guy is hella interesting because he was actually born in 1992.
Oh, okay. Young.
Yeah, so he's a youngin', and he actually wrote a couple other like really short manga series before this, and then he wrote this in 2017, and then the following year it got serialized, and then even to take it a step further, like every year it had multitudes more of percentage growth. Even one year of 400% plus growth in the amount of sales that they did. Up until this March, they have over 36 million copies in circulation. It's the fifth best-selling manga series in 2020 from the period between November 2019 and November 2020 with 6,700,000 copies sold, which is just absurd numbers for...
What's the other four?
I don't know. I love those questions. Like, Brennan, did you look up the other four? Like, I didn't.
No.
I didn't.
Normally Brennan is on point doing stuff like that, but hey,
He was like,
today...
just to show how massive or how great a feat that is. He usually is like,
no, it's
well,
impressive. No, I mean, just think about it like this. My brother was just like out here writing his own independent manga in 2017. You know what I'm saying? Like right now he is what, 28? He is 28 years old. And when he was 24 or whatever, he wrote this by himself and was just like, yeah, this is really cool. And he illustrated himself. And now he's a millionaire. And like has one of the top anime that has ever
potentially a millionaire, because you know how shitty they are with the deals.
I do, but at the same time, bro, like when you sell that many copies, bro, 36 million, like even if he was getting like 50 cents per copy sold, you know what I'm saying? Like
true. It's true. Yeah, because that's before the big wigs got into it. So yeah, he was getting his bag.
Yeah, whatever.
Hopefully,
this kid is, you can tell what inspired the hell out of him. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
you can tell he grew up in that era of what he's inspired by.
Right. So, dude is illustrator, writer, but he's not a director. So, Sung-Gu Park is the director, and he also, this guy, we know him because he's a key animator on a lot of stuff, and even an anime that we actually have reviewed on this show. Anybody want to guess which anime he was the key animator for that we have watched on this
Tokyo Ghoul?
show? No.
I don't know. I'll say Demon Slayer, but that's just a shot in the dark. I have no idea.
Nope. It's a recent one too, by the way.
That we just watched?
We watched recently, yeah. Very recently.
Damn Man's Wonderland.
Nope.
Iron Blooded Orphans.
Nope.
All right.
You're not going to remember it because it didn't have that big of an impression. It's God of High School.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Okay.
that makes
Interesting.
sense. I can see that.
I can see that in the Jujutsu.
I can see that. Especially
As soon as I
like
read that, I was
the
like,
picture
yeah.
behind you.
Yeah, I was like, I read that and I was just like, that makes sense, actually. That's one thing we didn't complain too much about was animation in God of High School.
That's true.
Look
good.
He was a key animator at God of High School and a storyboard artist on Zombieland Saga, and he did all the art stuff. Like, he did character design and all this other kind of stuff on Hanu no Koin. I don't know what it is, but it looked cool. This production company, MAPPA,
Mappa.
Yes,
yeah.
you remember them.
Attack on Titan. They do the last Attack on Titan.
This kid knows what it is. But do you know when they were founded?
I feel like not too long ago.
Look at you, Keenan. Keenan pulling up with the factual actuals, y'all. This dude's becoming an anime expert in these streets. 2011. That's when they were founded.
Oh, okay. Here's why. Because I hated how everybody was trying to shit on this season Attack on Titan's animation, and animation is fucking good. Like, they're just like, why can't they go back to the last studio? Mappa's.
It's so good.
Shut the fuck up, man.
It's so good. And Mappa's going in. Like, they're only 10 years in. They made Attack on Titan. They made They did make God of High School, which was popular, regardless of how Rob feels about it.
How I feel about how we all felt about it, I thought.
I know, but it's just...
Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, I'm with you too, but Rob's feelings always resonate harder when they're not that great. They also did Kids on the Slope, Terror and Resonance, Yuri on Ice, In This Corner of the World, Zombieland Saga, and Doro.
Keep hearing good things about that too.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about that as well. And the reception of the anime. This one is without question one of the easiest picks that Ice or Keenan ever could have had. I know this is Keenan's pick simply because like this was awarded in 2021, very recently, the 5th Crunchyroll Anime Awards. The 5th Crunchyroll Anime Awards. It was anime of the year.
Okay.
And there's a guy, I don't want to say the name of the person yet because we didn't get there yet, but a character from the show won the best antagonist. Gotcha. And it also has the best ending sequence in one part of the season. So it won 3 different awards that are, 2 of them are important. I don't care about ending sequences. It was also the 2nd most watched anime series on Crunchyroll in 2020, which is crazy. Now,
that's a lot of competition too.
It is. Does anybody want to guess what the first most watched anime series was? And I do know the answer.
Oh, in 2020.
Correct. 2020. What was the most watched anime in 2020? It's a very obvious answer, but...
Demon Slayer.
No. But I don't think any of you guys are gonna guess it until when I say it, you're gonna be like, oh.
I mean, was it Got a High School?
Nope.
I know that was popular when it dropped.
Either Super?
Nope. It was Black Clover.
Black Clover. Okay.
I told you.
That makes sense.
As soon as I said it, you guys were like, oh yeah. By the way, Black Clover is good, guys. It's good. Like I've seen all of it. It's pretty good.
Chaz texted me this morning. He said he's like, watch Black Clover. I was like, yeah, he's been on that real quick. And he was like, even with this anime, he's like, man, this is a dope anime that you're reviewing. I don't give a fuck what Brennan has to say. If he doesn't like it or not, fuck him.
I mean, after
Chaz can suck my left nut.
what was the shit we watched that he recommended? I'm not for
Trash.
I
don't know.
Blades of the Immortal.
Yeah, I'm good on anything.
His opinion no longer matters. Exactly. That concludes your guys' actual for the day.
Appreciate it, Brennan. Good job, man. So all right, man. Yeah, we're gonna be reviewing episodes 1 through 4 of Jujutsu Kaisen, man. Rob, go ahead and lead us off with a recap.
Yeah, we'll take you through the plot here. Show starts with our main character, Yuji, waking up in a basement tied to a chair, being stared down by this blindfolded man that Keenan and Ice got in the background, Satoru, which, he leads the first years at this school called Jujutsu High, and he asks Yuji, which one he is right now, making it seem like he's got split personalities, that's our first hint. And as Yuji looks around in horror, Satoru explains to him, hey, you're about to be secretly executed. So he's having a rough day. From there, we flash back to see kind of how he got here. Yuji is at home calling a hospital to check in on his sick but still grumpy grandfather, who yells at Yuji to go to his clubs rather than come visit him. But he's just like, all right, Gramps, I'll still be there the next day. Elsewhere, a student from Jujutsu High named Megumi is searching a cemetery for a cursed object, but finds it's just totally missing. But Satoru on the phone tells him, you can't come home until you find it. So he heads off to find it, track it down. And at Yuji's school, we see the club he's involved with is the Occult Club. And though they seem to be mostly goofing around and wasting time, they do have a theory that, the rugby field may be haunted after the team got sick. And they tie the whole thing to this mysterious unsolved disappearance of this construction worker that worked there. But people just think they're full of it, including the track and field coach who thinks Yuji's just like totally wasting his athletic talent. So he challenges him to a shot put match, says if he beats Yuji, Yuji's got to join the team. But if Yuji wins, he'll basically leave him alone forever. And meanwhile, on the rugby field, we find Megumi, basically looking around for this cursed object. And he confirms there is a curse haunting it, possibly drawn there from that cursed object he's tracking. And he continues to follow the cursed, item's signal and sees Yuji is absolutely destroying this track and field coach in the shot put, just like baseball throwing this thing through like a soccer net. And there's all sorts of rumors about why he's so fast and strong. But, at the end of the day, he just doesn't want to join a sports club so he can go home early and visit his grandfather in the hospital. And he says he just likes the Occult Club's vibe. He just likes hanging out with those guys. So Megumi clocks Yuji's strength and can tell, he must be gifted, but what really catches his attention is that the cursed object signal is coming right from his backpack. So he follows him as he goes to visit his grandfather. And at the hospital, his grandfather is telling him he's wasting all his strength and tells him, you should be using your life to help people, help as many people as you can. And, that way you won't die old and alone like he is. And before he can really get anything else out, Yuji turns around and finds his grandfather has passed away. As he fills out the paperwork at the hospital, Megumi approaches him, asks him about the cursed object. He tells him it's dangerous and that those kind of objects are responsible for like thousands of deaths and disappearances all over the country every year. Sometimes people use them for protection from other curses, but at the end of the day, he says that only ends up attracting stronger curses to them. So Yuji happily hands over the case and tells him, but the problem is the object itself, the case is empty and the object itself is back with the Occult Club. Megumi freaks out and is just like, your friends are in danger. We gotta go. So at the school, the Occult Club members, they unwrap the object, find out it's this crusty severed finger. As they're looking at it, like this monster just descends on them from the ceiling. And right as Megumi and Yuji arrive, he's just like, it's dangerous. You stay out here. I'll go in there. And he rushes in and finds the club members already under attack. He's got these like two, curse wolves that he summons with his magic to help him fight. And Yuji outside is, thinking about his grandfather's dying words. And he's like, you know what, fuck it. I got to get involved. He jumps in. And it's a good thing he does, because basically as Megumi is trying to rescue these kids, like this curse just starts eating them up, grabbing on everybody. He can't get a clear shot at this thing. And it turns out Yuji comes in just in time, kicks in through this window, saves his classmates, allows Megumi to get the shot, and Megumi compliments him on his bravery, and asks him to hand over the cursed object. But before he can, that same curse from the rugby field earlier attacks, and it starts by just absolutely kicking Megumi's ass. But again, Yuji can't help but get involved. And this time, he's the one that gets grabbed. Megumi warns him, if that monster eats that cursed object, that finger that Yuji's holding onto, that it's just going to become incredibly strong. So Yuji just eats the finger himself. He just eats the whole thing. And Megumi is horrified, thinking it's going to kill him. But instead, he transforms. He's got tattoos all over his face, extra eyeballs emerging, and, he just destroys the monster with one swipe of his hand, just waves it, and he's gone. But things are not all good. He's been basically overtaken by the spirit of the finger's original owner. But as soon as, this spirit starts to plan his reign of terror, Yuji's able to actually get control of the body back. But Megumi's just like, all right, like, I got to exercise you right now. So before he can attack, though, Satoru arrives, saying, he came to help recover the cursed object. And he seems amused that Yuji's able to withstand the powerful curse energy of this object and decides to test him. Asking Yuji.
Before, the reason why he was late was because he was getting some ice cream or some moochie.
Yeah, he was just getting like souvenirs or whatever.
They'll be all right. Don't worry about it.
He'll be fine. But he's asking Yuji, like, hey, can you let this spirit of Sukuna take over for 10 seconds? And then just to let us test it out a little bit. And though Sukuna is clearly powerful, Satoru is even stronger, showing off his abilities and embarrassing Sukuna before Yuji is able to regain control. And Satoru's delighted by all this, and puts Yuji to sleep, and is just like, we got to bring this guy back to HQ to be executed. But Megumi's like, hey, if there's any way for this guy not to be killed, he helped me out. Let's see if we can help this guy. So that brings us back to where the show started, as Satoru explains to Yuji that basically he's got two options: be killed now for consuming the cursed finger of Sukuna, basically because of Jujutsu rules, or help find the other missing pieces, eat those ones, and then be executed. And since the only way to kill, basically to break this curse is to kill somebody who's eaten them. And it's rare to find anybody who's strong enough to do it. Like they said, it's been thousands of years. Nobody else could be born again. So this could be their one shot. It's going to be a long, violent road, Satoru tells him. But, in the end, he can help rid the world of a huge evil. And thinking again of his grandfather, Yuji agrees to help and seal the deal, eats another finger that Satoru hands him, and is again able to withstand the powerful cursed energy. As part of this deal, Yuji is going to be admitted to Jujutsu High in Tokyo as a first-year student, and will be classmates with Megumi. But his admittance isn't guaranteed. First, he basically has to convince the school principal to let him enroll. And as they walk around the school grounds, Satoru kind of explains, the school is one of two in like the whole world, and serves as a base for the students and also the graduates in between missions. He also explains that Sukuna is basically this powerful human from a long time ago that was able to harness enough strong curse energy that he became godlike, sprouting like 2 arms, and now all of his like 20 fingers are these powerful cursed objects that are scattered around that they only have like 6 of. But he promises, even with the fingers brought together, he's strong enough to beat Sukuna. Yuji's then brought in front of the principal, who's in the middle of sewing together some like stuffed animals. He asks Yuji why he wants to learn jujutsu, and he tells him about his grandfather, but principal's unimpressed by that, animates one of his stuffed animals to attack him. It's a tough fight. Yuji's eventually able to get the upper hand and explains, he wants to do this since he's the only one that can, sort of with great power comes great responsibility sort of speech. Because if he doesn't do anything, then he'd be ridden with guilt. He'd be riddled with regret at the end of his life. And that's enough for the principal, but he basically tells him, every jujutsu practicer, they all end their lives with regret. And that seems to be, enough. So he gets in, Yuji is shown to his room, told they'll get his first mission soon to track down, the remaining fingers. But first they have to go to the train station to retrieve, their third student of the class. So the boys all head to the train station and find their new classmate, this girl named Nobara. And she basically find her trying to bully a model scout into hiring her for a job. And it's safe to say that when they all meet, nobody's really impressed with anybody else. She doesn't like the boys. The boys are kind of thinking she's, maybe a little bitchy. I'm not really sure. It's nobody's getting along at first. Satoru tries to, cheer them all up with a tour of the city. But in the end, it turns out he's just bringing them to a haunted, abandoned school that he wants Yuji and Nobara to exercise to test their abilities. Yuji's a little concerned, at first, since he doesn't know how to use Jujutsu yet, but Satoru gives him this big knife infused with curse energy that he can use. But he warns, just don't let Sukuna take control until, because in this particular spot, a lot of people, you could basically cause a huge amount of danger for everybody in the surrounding area, and worse, attract more curses to you. So they head inside while Megumi and Satoru kind of wait outside and talk about the new additions to the school and wonder if they can hack it. Yuji wants to work together to find the curse, but Nobara literally kicks him down some stairs and is just like, we'll be better off if we split it up and just kind of try to clear this quickly on our own. Yuji doesn't have to wait long to run into a curse, but even without Sukuna and Nobara's help, he makes quick work of this curse with his new knife, just stabbing this thing in the head and, moving on. Nobara, meanwhile, finds a curse hiding in a mannequin and attacks it with a set of hammer and nails infused with curse energy. That's kind of her deal. And after it goes down, she finds a little boy hiding in some boxes who refuses to come out. And she soon finds out why. Because city curses are much stronger than what she's used to in the country. And it emerges and takes the boy hostage, putting a claw to its neck. And outside, Satoru kind of explains to Megumi that stronger curses will usually try to put people in these sort of life or death sort of decisions out of sick pleasure. Nobara, though.
Yep. Sorry to interrupt, Rob. I jump between the dub and the sub in this. I know I was watching the dub in this one. They were actually saying that this particular curse is actually weak, but since he's actually smart, he can manipulate situations. But he's not actually strong. He wasn't actually strong at all, which is all
and
about.
She was roasting him too, like, bro, you like a level 3, maybe even 2.
I don't know what it said in the sub. If it said
he just said basically these curses here are not what she's going to be used to, and because she thought she took that guy out with the nails to the mannequin thing, but clearly there was a whole different level to it that she wasn't used to. It wasn't necessarily fighting strength or whatever, but these are a different sort of breed than what she's used to. So she refuses to let the kid die. Puts down her weapons, resigning herself to death, but suddenly Yuji punches through the wall, severs the curse's arm, freeing the boy. And the curse tries to run, but Nobara uses her nails and a voodoo doll to, just kill him outright from a distance. From there, we get a flashback where we hear Nobara's backstory. She lived in the country and had a neighbor that had moved there from Tokyo, but she was discriminated against basically for not being from there. And Nobara loved her neighbor, who promised to show her the big city and give her all these treats from, those same shops that Satoru was shopping from. But she was eventually run out of town. So Nobara, grew up and decided she didn't want to live in a small town with small minds anymore. And essentially was just like, I'm out of here. So she says the only reason she wants to learn jujutsu is so she can live in Tokyo. Everybody's got their reason, I guess. After saving the kid and a job well done, the group goes out to celebrate, but the screen cuts to black and we get a report read in VO about their next mission. They got sent to a juvenile detention center, and on that mission, one of the students died. So last episode begins as the 3 students get the info download from another teacher, Kiyotaka, basically just one of the other teachers while Satoru is out on some sort of business trip. He explains that, the curse in the prison is so strong that normal people are able to see it and, could even become so strong that it could be classified as special grade, which is the highest ranking. Though they evacuated most of the prison in the surrounding area, there are still, some people inside that they need to save, but the students are instructed, do not fight this curse under any circumstance. If you run into this thing, you just run. As they head in, they see a crying mother asking about her son who's still trapped inside. And it's just oh, shit, there's some real stakes here. Once they get in, Megumi uses one of his curse dogs, his curse wolves, to lead them around. But the curses basically warp this place into its own twisted domain, and they quickly get lost. Soon they find the body of some of the missing prisoners. One is the son of the crying mother. They've been just absolutely mutilated. And Yuji's just he's like, let's get out there. Let's just bring these bodies back to give them some dignity. But Megumi argues that these were criminals and deserve, no redemption. And on top of that, they still have 2 more missing people to find. But the argument ends when the curse kills one of Megumi's dogs and drags Nobara into the floor. Yuji tries to attack the thing with his knife, but in a flash, his hand is just severed and the knife breaks. In the floor, Nobara is surrounded by these cursed masks and quickly runs out of ammo. I don't know how she didn't come more prepared for this mission. She didn't come with a whole bag of nails or something, but she didn't. And seeing how much trouble they're in, Yuji wants to use Sukuna, but Sukuna tells him, if you let me out, I'm not helping you beat this thing. I'm going to kill your friends first. So instead, they come up with this plan. Yuji just tells Megumi to get out of there, find Nobara, give me a signal once you're safe, and then I'll try to fight this thing with Sukuna. The curse is just way too strong for Yuji, and he's just throwing him through walls. Literally disintegrates his fingertips with just his energy alone. And Yuji's just man, is this how this is going to end for me? But then realizes that, as he's been told, this curse energy is just concentrated pain and regret, and he's able to use that to finally perform a jujutsu attack with his fist, but that's nowhere near strong enough to do fucking anything. Does not hurt the curse at all.
I love that moment though, because it was just he's about to do something. I was
nah
bullshit out here.
No. Luckily, though, Megumi and his menagerie of cursed animals were able to save the injured Nobara, and he gives Yuji the signal with a wolf howl that they made it out. So Yuji gives control of his body over to Sukuna, who heals up Yuji's body and turns to this curse is just all right, let's team up. Let's go get these Jujutsu kids. But the curse isn't interested in that and basically tries to fight him. Outside, Megumi sends the others away to try and get some help and get Nobara some potions. He says she needs some potions, man. He says that he'll stay behind and wait for Yuji, but secretly worries that he may have to fight him if he loses control of Sukuna. And he's I'm responsible for this dude now. Inside, Sukuna has the curse trapped and toys with it, easily much, much stronger, even with only 1/10 of his power at this point, with just 2 fingers. Finally, he slices the thing into pieces, killing it and claiming another one of the fingers that was embedded in the thing. It was in the center of this curse. So tied back to him. And with the fight over, he calls out to Yuji, come on, take control back. But Yuji doesn't show back up, and Sukuna just cackles and is getting ready to go on probably some kind of killing spree. So that's what we're going to pick up next time is with Sukuna about to run wild.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right. Good recap. Robin's super tight with his
I'm trying to keep
interruptions this time. He still kept this motherfucker tight.
Trying to keep it tight. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I feel we should at some point we should just do a super cut of every single show and just do at the end of it, we just here's the one episode of just Rob describing the entire season of this whole show. In case you don't want to watch it, Rob can give you a 15-minute description of all of the episodes that ever happened.
That'd be dope.
See Spark Notes.
Right. All right, so we're going to get to the question portion of this show, man. A lot went on, man. This show definitely has probably some nostalgia feel, even though you've never seen it before, but we probably feel some way because they feel like bits and pieces. And we said earlier that the guy that created is pretty young and what he might have been influenced by. So what shows do you think this show actually reminds you of, Brennan? Just give us one. You can't say all because you're going to end up taking everybody else. Just give us one show.
I want to take ISIS just to be an asshole. So I'm going to say Naruto. Because I'm watching Naruto. If you see Ice's background, it's his master is literally the same master from Naruto, the guy who has the one eye thing. It's him. It is him. That is the same character, almost verbatim. I don't even know the guy that well because I've only seen 20-some episodes of Naruto. But he's the main badass in that show from the beginning, who's a master, who's pretty much untouchable unless he has to defend somebody or do whatever. And it seems just from context of seeing random posts all over the internet, it doesn't seem like his power ever there might be more people more powerful than him, but he's still a boss all the way through the show. And I feel like this guy is probably of similar pedigree. Even though I love it when somebody has that kind of confidence. We're just don't worry, I'm the strongest.
No, and then he said in an episode earlier, he was what if he gets all his powers back? I'll still kill him.
It could be tired, it could be draining, but I'd still win. I still would. I'm like, I like this guy. But either way, I'd say this reminds me a lot of Naruto, just based upon the development of how this character is being developed, like Naruto did, and the master himself. And I'm hoping that this woman is nowhere near as useless as Sakura.
Exactly. I'll let you go, Ice, since Brennan took yours on purpose.
Thanks for giving me no type of time after that to think of another one.
Yes, that was beautiful, Keenan.
I think, it's a couple
You had
different
a hard
words.
explanation to get a new fucking show.
My Hero. It reminds me a lot of My Hero. Just because, again, to Satoru's point, to look like Satoru, Eraserhead, Mr. Ozawa, they always have something with the eyes. It's always eyes. All three of these guys have eyes. You have the main three, two dudes and a woman. That's a girl. Like, that's just how it is. There's other auxiliary characters. The school setting. There's always a school. It draws so many similarities to MHA, which draws similarities to Naruto.
Yeah, I would say a little bit of Mob, bit of Mob Psycho. Just on some spirits and fighting these people that some people can't even see. Only the psychic people can see or whatever like that. Yeah. I'm glad he has Mob is funny, but I'm glad this particular character has more personality than Mob. I think Mob kind of got redundant when I started watching season 2. I didn't finish season 2 yet, but he kind of got a little redundant. I'll keep it there. I'll keep it short, Rob.
A lot of the same vibes from those same shows that you guys mentioned. I also got a little bit of some Demon Slayer vibes from this for similar reasons. School of students that are being sent out on these missions to track down these powerful curses and take on these demon things. And there's again 3 students that you basically make up the main class. But because I'm last and nobody else can take it, I also got some Tokyo Ghoul vibes from this. Just in the idea that this dude is sharing his body with another entity that can kind of take over at any time, and when it does, it can be a problem. So a lot of different influences on the show, very much.
Yeah, I had a point to make after Rob said that, and I fucking forgot. So Goji's appearance is very similar to Kakashi's from Naruto. So Brennan kind of just explained that himself a little bit. What 2 characters from different animes do you think look alike? Ice.
Fucking Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho, and damn near every character in every anime ever. There's always one character, especially in school-oriented animes, that looks like Kuwabara. And
can I give you one? The guy from Slam Dunk.
Yeah, that's
Slam Dunk. Hunter x Hunter. There's a guy in there.
Hunter. Literally anything that involves kids or a school or something, they have a character with the same hairdo, same facial structure. If anything, his hair color is different, but that's very seldom. Kuwabara all the way. Damn near every anime.
Rob?
Honestly, there are a few of them, but for me, Jin Mori from Gata High School looks like the main kid from Digimon got into weightlifting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tai from Digimon with the goggles on his head. They even have a very similar hairstyle. This was, I thought, a pretty good question too, because for sometimes in anime you can see a lot of simplistic character designs, but there's a lot of diversity in how these characters can look too. But those 2 definitely look a lot alike.
Yeah, I was just gonna say real quick. I was gonna use this show. He looks similar. The main character looks similar to the character from Fairy Tail. Same color hair. Yeah, a little bit of similar design. Not all the way, but that's that. When I first saw him, I was just like, oh, he gave me that vibe visually. And there's other characters out there, but Brendan.
So if you guys remember from Hunter x Hunter, there was the bald guy that looked just like Saitama from One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Hanzo, Hanzo, him. Yep. He looks literally identical to One Punch Man. He's nowhere near the power level, but
nowhere
near the power level. But they're pretty much twins.
Yeah. That's 100% fact.
Yeah, because Hanzo got that like a bandana around his neck or something, right?
Yeah, like he has like a red bandana around his neck.
Yeah.
But like if he put on the One Punch Man costume, it'd just be like,
He would
all right,
definitely
so
look like him.
He'll be a fire cosplay.
nobody would. Yeah, exactly. Nobody would want the smoke if he was in the right universe.
All right, man. A lot of ghosts and paranormal experiences in here. A lot of crazy things. A lot of scary things. I don't know if y'all would be afraid or not. Have you? Do you believe in ghosts? Or have you ever had a paranormal experience before in your life, Rob?
To be honest, I really haven't. And I've kind of sought it out a few times. Like, you know, you hear stories like everybody, I feel like in their hometown's got like, oh, this spot's like got like, you know, ghosts and stuff. Like there was like this quarry in my hometown in Syracuse that there was like this huge explosion that killed a bunch of people and it was supposed to be haunted. And like me and my friends went around like trying to look for stuff. And like all we found was like graffiti spray painted like all on the walls and stuff. Like I tried to do like we tried to go to like somebody's place. They were just they had this old dance studio that used to be like a hotel for people working on the railroad, and we tried to do like a Ouija board thing. Fucking nothing, dude. Nothing.
Hey, you wild for that Ouija board,
bro. Rob just fitted the whitest stereotype ever. Right? Just like, wait, there's danger.
Let's go check it out. Let's go check it out.
Why? I don't understand that mentality. Like, oh, there's something that could hurt me. Let me go see if it hurts me.
Because here's the thing, I at the end of the day, I guess I don't believe in it. So I'm looking for like I don't think there's really danger there. But that that has been confirmed for me. I want the confirmation. And here's the thing: if I got the confirmation, I would be horrified. It would be awful. But
the thing is, why do you seek out an awful and horrible experience? That's the reason why black people make fun of white people in this moment. Because there's literally no win here. Like either it's a boring story that has nothing to tell, or a horrific traumatic experience, and you're excited to have it. Like why? Like there's literally no win on either side of this. That is some like, and the thing is, I don't really like saying shit like this, but that's some white people shit, Rob. Like that is
I think that's the whitest you ever been on this entire podcast.
In my life. I'm just out here chilling. I'm bored because there's no problems going on directly with me. Let me go find problems for myself. Let me create them because society doesn't create them for me. So I'm done. All right, I'm done.
No, that's all fair. So I went and I tried to find that shit, and we didn't find anything. So
I like how Rob doubled down. Like, yeah, exactly. I was bored. I want a problem.
There's no evils.
We were looking for something to do.
I feel like if black people as a whole too, we collectively just don't. But when it comes to spiritual stuff like that, we be like, we don't. Just in case it is real.
Yeah, why?
Even if we don't believe, like just in case it is real, I don't even want that smoke right there.
I feel like this is foreshadowing for what the rest of the other three hosts will be saying.
Black people just like to live to tell the story. That's it. Like,
if you just happen to experience it, it's like, oh, I made it out. Oh shit. Let me tell you about what happened.
I was chilling with my white friends, and they were like, "Yo, just come over here." And they tell me what we was doing.
They said we're gonna roll up on this Ouija board. Like, wait, what?
I thought
I was looking for a story and got nothing out of it.
I thought we was going to the beach. They said a Ouija board.
I'll give what I think I've had. I feel like I've had ghosts / paranormal experiences when I lived in. I don't know if it was something or real. Like I think I talked about this before, but when I lived in a particular house, I used to always when I would fuck up was watch X-Files before I go to sleep. And then I would hear all these weird ass sounds and I feel like I hear people whispering or talking. And then somebody had told me is like, you know, when your house gets cold at night, I guess it shrinks or whatever, and then it expands. So you'll hear a lot of creaking, you'll hear a lot of weird noises because your house is kind of like expanding and going back and forth and stuff like that. So that might have been what I heard, but like the black in me says, hey, I ain't taking that motherfucking risk. I stayed in my bed when I heard something in the hallway, Rob. I didn't go, you know what? Let's check it out.
Let's see what's out there.
I say if I don't make any noise, they won't hear me or see me. Ice?
Yeah. I think for me at my one of my old jobs in our we had a big receiving center, and then there was a smaller room in the receiving center where we would stash boxes that we put boxes there, and at least 2-3 times a week, boxes would just fall. Nobody would be in the room, and you just hear all the boxes falling. And we was like, fam, I know I freaking stacked those boxes perfectly. Like, we would sit there and stack it and look at each other and be like, hey, boxes are stacked perfectly. There's no way they can fall. There's nobody in here. And then sure enough, fucking clockwork, all of that shit would fall again until I was like, yo, we got to look at fucking cameras and see what's going on. And then we look at cameras, boxes perfectly still. And then they would just fall like some. It looked like somebody would take them and just fuck these boxes, and we was like, we couldn't figure it out. We was just like, do we even hire somebody to come exercise this damn area or what? Like, it got to the point where we just stopped putting boxes in there. We was like, no, fuck that, man.
Brennan?
No, I'm with Rob in the sense of I don't really believe it because I haven't seen it. I haven't had the experiences. People talk a lot of shit. Ain't nobody ever proven nothing. I've been forced to watch a couple paranormal shows where literally nothing happens. The sensor's showing something. That's pretty much what you're gonna get.
Yeah, I love those shows. They're so stupid.
They're so stupid. I say the closest I've come to that is like I probably had like part of my soul sucked out of me before, but that's about it.
Got it. We all know what that means.
Yeah.
and I will add on real quick. And this
sorry,
is
Ice's face when I said that he didn't see that coming. And
Oh shit.
I will say this, and this is why I think it might be true. And we all live here, but at Winnetka 21 movie theater at Pacific Theaters in Winnetka, I used to work there. I worked in the projection booth. And there was times where I used to hear people running down the stairs when I was in the projection booth, like running down the steps to get to the other theaters so we can thread them up. And one time, me and the other person that ran, it was two people. You ran one side, 1 through 10. The other person ran 11 through 21. And then we were in the same side, and we heard somebody go do like run down some stairs. And I was like, all right, that can't be him. He's like, that can't be you. What the fuck just happened? And we just said, so we're gonna be at the hip the rest of the night. every time we go because we're supposed to be closing up. Every time after that, I gotta go close this theater up. Wrap this stuff up real quick. Come with me. Like we didn't play no fucking games. We didn't see anything, but we just heard that.
Was he black too?
No, he was a Mexican guy. Yeah.
Okay.
I knew he wasn't white.
Yeah.
Because
bro, check it out.
Actually, the white guy that was there was the creepy one. He's the one that had the night vision goggles that would spy on. That I told you about before. He was the dude who was just like pop up behind you. Hey, what are you guys doing?
Oh my god!
Wouldn't even be working. He'd just be like, "Hey, you guys okay today?" Next question. This is a fun one.
Can I insert one super quick question I have for Rob about whiteness?
Go ahead.
Ask away.
No, so it's just curious because the thing is like in the black community, being a black man, I feel like there's a lot of times where there'll be a news thing or you'll see somebody do something like, even in public, I'll see a black person do something. And I feel like I take responsibility for part of it because they're part of the community. Especially, there's just certain situations that I'm sure Keenan and I both are just like, or they're like, hell yeah, black folk. Like, is there ever a moment for you with white people that you take responsibility for like the white community's actions or vice versa? You take shame or joy, like, yo, it's dope to be white today kind of shit. Like, is there ever moments like that? Because
mostly shame. It's mostly the shame. No, there was literally a story like 2 days ago. Andre was telling me about it. Like some 25-year-old dude just got arrested down in San Diego because he like took his kid and jumped into like the elephant enclosure to try to get some selfies with the elephants with him and his kid. And one of the elephants charged and he dropped his kid and ran. And so he got arrested for child endangerment. And I was like, let me see a picture. Dude, they got a picture of this guy and they got him getting put in cuffs. And I was like, he had to be white. He had to be white. And I was like,
I mean, that's literally our thought process every time something happens before a face comes out. It's like, especially if it's a name that can go with either race, it's like
Florida man.
Yeah, it's like
Florida man.
Just don't be black, don't be black, don't be black, don't be black, and then they show the picture. Yes, he's not fucking black.
When it came out that the DC shooter was black, we were all like, nigga. This ain't us. It's not what we do.
Right.
All right.
Everybody gets one.
This is what I thought was fun because I remember seeing like clips of why this like him and Jennifer Lawrence, like the main character of Jennifer Lawrence. I was just like, what are they talking about? But apparently he had this huge crush on her. Was that her like in the poster that he put up too? Was that like, supposed to be a version of her? When he put his
I think it was supposed to be, yeah,
like in a bathing suit or whatever. So he said his crush was Jennifer Lawrence. Who was your crush as a teenager growing up? So many. I mean, I'll go with just the first one on the top of my head that always stuck there with Tyra Banks. Like,
woo, that's my answer.
Tyra Banks was like she's still beautiful, but like she was like a goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just like when she stepped onto the scene, I was like, no one's better than her. Nobody. There's not. We love Janet Jackson back in the day. You know, so many different women. But when Tyra Banks popped, I love Naomi Campbell. When she came on the scene, bro, she shitted on everybody. In my personal opinion, Tyra Banks, I had pictures of her, everything. Brennan.
It was Tyra Banks for me, but then as I got a little bit older, I just moved around a little bit. You know, I was into Halle Berry, but for this one, I'm gonna say I was really into Vita Guerrera.
King Magazine.
I was, Vita Guerrera.
Yeah.
I saw some pictures of her. I was like, oh my goodness. Wow.
Got it. Yeah, I saw her at Dave & Buster's like a few years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it what you wanted it to be? I met Kim Kardashian in person, and I was just like, yo, like, first of all, I didn't recognize her because I was like, what is this entity near me that I can't describe as a human being? And, you know, come to find out, it's like, oh, there's Kanye. That must be Kim Kardashian. That is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life in person.
Money radiates. With her, it was the same thing. It was like something like, it was like, wait, wait, yeah, okay, wait. I think when people have a certain type of lifestyle and money too, like I said, I saw Layla Ali one time in person. I was like, she was like glowing. I was like, what the hell is happening right now? Like she was like literally like a glowing figure. It was like at the Topanga Mall. So I could see that with Kim Kardashian too. It's like people clown her, but I guarantee you see Kim Kardashian in person, you can be like, oh shit. You're gonna be a little bit stuck for a second.
Kim Kardashian, whether she built them, she's still bad. Like,
yeah, Ice.
Megan fucking good. Megan good. I remember being a young kid watching, not young kid, but just all the stuff that she was in. But like Waist Deep, that's the one that put me over. Seeing her.
Yeah.
And Waist Deep, the movie, you can feel whatever about it.
The movie really ain't about shit.
The movie really could have been solved in about 10 minutes. But her in that movie, man, Megan good forever. She's still bad. She's still fine as hell.
Yeah. Rob?
Man, I'll tell you honestly, for me, Charlize Theron was big when she came out. I remember being obsessed with her, and also just being a Star Wars fan coming up. Natalie Portman, I was really obsessed with for a while. Yeah, man, as a kid coming up, a lot, like you're saying, a lot of crushes. It was tough to think about just one.
Yeah.
And even Scarlett Johansson when she came out, when she hit the scene, absolutely.
Natalie Portman, was it in that movie Closer with the dude Clive Owen? Or I think
yeah.
That was the first time I was like, wait a goddamn minute, Natalie Portman. Like I don't know what it was about that role. Maybe it was just the role, how she played it. But I was like, okay, Natalie. All right, so this is a question. When I read it, I was just like, I already know where this is fucking gonna go. But here, let's just do it. What part?
Oh man,
you don't know where this is gonna go.
I forgot the main character's name again. I forgot his name.
Yuji.
Yeah.
What? wait, Yuji?
It's Yuji. Like Itadori is his last name.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was going to say his last name.
It was Yuji. So he had to swallow a finger to gain these powers. What body part would you refuse to eat, even if it didn't give you immense power? You can't use an answer that somebody else already said. You have to pick your own answer.
Go ahead, Ice. What is Ice gonna say?
Wait. This gives you, like, you get every single power that you would just want in life. What would you say? Fuck all that, Ice.
A dick. He's going with the low hanging fruit here. Yeah. Low hanging fruit, definitely.
So wait. So Ice, I just wanted to clarify this question. If somebody walked up to you right now with a magical dick and said, "You will have all the powers of Superman,"
magical
dick. A magical dick is hilarious.
A little magical shriveled up dick and said, "Lo, if you eat this, I guarantee you
uncircumcised.
that you will." If you just eat this right here, you will have literally the powers of Superman. You can fly. You will be like, bullets will not be able to harm you. You have laser eyes. Like, you can do almost anything. You'll never worry about anything else for the rest of your life. And you're like, I'm so sorry. My homophobia will not allow me to eat this.
It's not
penis.
even homophobia. I just don't want a dick in my mouth.
Wait a second. And only the person that's giving you the uncircumcised magical penis is the only person that would know. You and that person. Nobody else would ever know.
You wouldn't eat it?
And I'm with Ice. It doesn't make you. It
dinner time, bro.
It doesn't make you homophobic. Don't let
Are you reaching into the pickle jar and grabbing that little pickle thing?
Wait, Brennan, how would you eat it? How would you eat it, Brennan?
With a smoothie. I apply smoothie it. And
no, you went whole
smoothie. No, you gotta eat the whole dick. You can't.
Doesn't matter. Superman powers.
You can't blend it up.
Am I
puree?
Am I hurt? Does kryptonite hurt me?
Nothing. You are bro. You got.
Wait, hold on a second. Let's just rephrase. Does it matter, Ice? Like a bullet can hurt you right now.
Yo, he can't say what he want to say anyway because somebody just walked into the room.
Dog, I can't.
Yo, this is amazing, y'all.
You didn't see the background move too?
I saw the background move. And I turned around like, what you doing in here? We talked about this. I told you. I said an hour and a half. It's still 11:06. I got 23 minutes.
I got to figure out if I want to eat this dick or not. God damn.
Nah, man, I'm good, bro. I'm not going. Because then I know internally that I ate a dick. Man, that's one too many people that know. Because I know.
Nico, you can fly. Like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm done.
But I just know, like, somebody gonna be saying stuff to me and it don't mean nothing to them, but that shit gonna hurt when they say it to me. And if I piss somebody off and they be like, eat a dick. Like, in my head, I know that that's a real thing. Like, they don't know.
Or you
I
just
know.
Laser their head off. Like,
you know what's funny? When you said that? When you said that, it made me think of, like, you know how every time something weird happens and it goes, that song plays, hello, darkness, my old friend, and they go into, like, that thought. And I feel like I just go into that thought. All right, so it's safe to say that Brennan would eat a dick of superpowers. Me personally,
I give my seal of approval.
An athlete's foot. I've seen Shaq and toe. I've seen Shaq's toe. I've seen LeBron's toe and foot. If you presented that in front of me, no, bro. Like what is the accomplishment? Like what do I need these powers for at this point? That's what's gonna go through my head. So do I really need to laser somebody's head off? Do I really need to be super fast? What is this going to really? I'm on a good path comedically right now, you know. Career's going pretty good. I'm moving up. Do I really need to swallow this fucking funky toe to get that stuff? I don't know. I don't think I do. No.
Or the toe and the foot on the same level? You can't just pop a toe in your mouth?
Bro, I saw their whole foot. Whether it's the toes or the foot. It's just disgusting.
Pop a toe in your mouth, man.
If it was a lady toe, fine. Men's feet disgust me in general.
Specifically an athlete's foot.
Specifically, like it was like, yo, we're going to cut off LeBron's big toe. I seen how crooked and bent and crusted and dead it was. Can't do it. No. Rob?
Eyeball, probably. Like, I got a thing, just like eyes freak me out. I wouldn't want anybody, like, just like the idea of probably just like it popping, like a gusher or something. Like, that would be, like, I feel like that's a bite you're going to remember the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's a feeling you're never going to be able to get rid of. So, no, eyeball would be, that's an out for me.
This is literally like an episode of Fear Factor right now. All right, here's the bull
I'm so
penis.
Bro, like, I've been through many, many things in my life. Physical pain. I've traveled the world and eaten a lot of random shit. Like, for me, it's like you can deal with any you wouldn't believe how well your body adapts to and how much you can deal with when you decide that you're going to. And all I'm saying is, it's like, Brennan, you can have the powers of Goku or Superman or some shit. If you eat this eyeball, I'm like, this is going to be a horrible experience, but the rest of my life is going to be fantastic. Like, so for me, I'm like, I'll eat whatever.
You eat whatever. Okay, that's.
Yeah, I don't care. That's my answer. I'll just like whatever.
Yo, Brennan
like,
said,
if I'm guaranteed 100%, that this is gonna happen, and I'm gonna get the powers that I want. I don't care. I'll eat it.
Yo, Brett, you beat Brennan in Smash Brothers. He's just gonna laser your head off. Like, oh, look at him beat your bitch ass, Brennan. I can see you just shooting Bomani in the head. Like, shut up, bitch.
No, I wouldn't do that. I would just go outside and just like flick his car into a wall. I wouldn't hit him.
Even pettier,
like, good luck fixing that. He's like, I'm gonna sue you, and who's gonna make me pay?
Are you eating dick with the sack?
Brennan went all like the whole thing. He swallowed the pea. He didn't even
dick with the sack. So dick.
It would be consumed as quickly as possible. Is the
But
answer.
you got to dip the balls in chocolate. Eat the.
Why do you
balls,
keep just like? Why do you want it to be like? Why does it have to turn? Like, you're turning into like a sexual thing. Like,
I'm just
this
saying,
is not a sexual thing.
Are you still doing that?
I don't care. What don't you understand about me wanting the powers of Superman? I don't think you understand. Like, you gotta dip in a chocolate. I don't give a fuck. I'll spin in a circle. Like, let me fly, motherfucker. Like,
spin in
a
circle.
This is gonna be a great cut up clip, bro. It's gonna be a great cut up
At
clip.
what
Oh my god.
All right, next question. Would you rather deal with the power from Tokyo Ghoul? Would you rather deal with this? Oh, wait, would you rather have this deal or the deal from the Tokyo Ghoul powers? Brennan.
This was hard. And the reason I asked this question is because in Tokyo Ghoul, you literally, this is a good order of questions, Keenan, have to consume human flesh to be able to stay alive. And you can't eat regular food anymore, which I thoroughly enjoy. And on the other side of it is I have to eat these nasty fingers and fight these demons or I get fucked up. Like, either way, it's fucked. Like, either way. And I'm supposed to get executed at the end for Jujutsu Kaisen, which we all know ain't gonna fucking happen. So I'm gonna go with and you have a demon possessing you or whatever. I'm gonna say I'd probably go with Tokyo Ghoul because there's no possession.
Really?
That's what I'll say. Yeah, because you don't get possessed. And the reason is because like the way they can like I've seen vampire movies and stuff like that. Like you can make it feel like you're doing something civilized. It's like, I'm just drinking this tea infused with human blood. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to end up being the worst thing ever. And the thing for me, like one of the scariest thoughts or processes in my mind is like having your body taken over by something or someone else. And not being yourself. And that's going to be the struggle of this whole show. So for me, I think like that is a real ass problem. So for me, I'll take the consuming the human flesh.
Rock.
I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen is the better deal, personally. I'd rather, I know he's got to eat the fingers, but it's like every day you got to eat human flesh or blood or some shit, and you can't eat any food. Like, I know that they're going to kill me or whatever after I eat these fingers or whatever, but in the meantime, I am living life. I am doing, in my free time, I am doing everything I can to just, get the best of it. Cause it's Kaneki feels like he's got like a raw deal. I wouldn't take that. And he kind of does get possessed. He's got that voice in his head. He's got that other girl in there that takes over from time to time. I personally, I think, Yuji's deal is the better one.
Yeah. I gotta eat food, man. Because every once in a while you gotta eat a finger when y'all find it, but you can still eat pizza. You can still eat pizza throughout the day,
and it tastes like pizza.
Yeah, but the thing is, your body at any point can get taken over by another being. You can fall into literally the sunken place.
Well, at the end of the day, right now, it seems like he has control. I'm sure it's gonna get worse.
Oh, I'm sorry. How did episode 4 end?
He couldn't get back in. But what I'm saying,
fingers blasted off. Yeah. Like he was in a tough spot. All right,
he's recovering.
I'm just saying, he was like, "Hey, come back, bro," and he was just like, "Oh shit, you can't."
And I'm sure in episode 5 he will.
Sunken place.
I understand that, but let me tell you something. I wouldn't, as a comedian, if I'm bombing, I'm bringing him out. If I'm bombing, I'm bringing out the other demon. Go ahead, either go off and fix this shit and start cursing everybody out. Or do whatever. Like I'll let him take that L. It'll be hilarious. I'll be like me, myself, and Irene, man. I ain't tripping on that.
Yeah, I think I would take Jujutsu Kaisen deal just because he had a choice. Kaneki didn't have a choice. He thought he was getting some ass, and it went a totally different way. At
He
least
didn't really
to
have a choice.
certain
He's like, either I eat this finger or I die. Like,
But
it's not much of a choice.
but he did have a choice too because he went and saved his friends. He could have just sat back and been like, I'm gonna just let them die.
My man
Like,
could have
he
not
went
wanted to
and-
get his dick wet and not gone on the date. That was a choice too.
No, he didn't know. He knew there was no terror around that. Yuri knew there was terror. He can visibly see all the purple shit coming
But I
out
feel
of
like
the building.
that's a whole different
Yeah.
subject. I'm not talking like the question wasn't directed towards how they got the powers. The question is more about like if you had to pick between these two situations. You know what I'm saying?
And then
So-
it would still be Jujutsu Kaisen because I to a certain extent he still has control, and that dude is not overtaking me like when I'm chilling with a girl or if I'm watching TV or I'm just like minding
we don't
my
know.
business.
He's only eaten two fingers so far.
So I mean, we can only base it off the 4 episodes we watch, and he has until the very end. He has pretty good control over him. The fact that like I can summon myself back in 10 seconds to have it dialed in that much and that early, like that's cool. And I can still enjoy life, and I can still eat food, and I can still be a regular human, and I ain't gotta like the life change is not a complete 180 as much as it is with Kaneki.
Yeah. All right.
I want the life that's closest to what I was originally doing.
Yeah.
I feel that. Who's another anime character that should get the honorary degree from Jujutsu High? Rob.
He's already been brought up once in this episode. I'm going with my man Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho. I mean, obviously, I think Yusuke is another candidate as well, but I think Kuwabara, because even outside, before he got like the spirit sword stuff or any of that, like he was talking about like he felt connection to the spiritual world. Like he was like, oh, I can sense demons. Like he's into this stuff. I feel like he would be all about it. Kuwabara would be a great addition, I think, to Jujutsu High.
Ice.
I had one person, but now that you said it, I just lost his name. What is his name? The funny dude from Mob Psycho.
Oh, Reagan?
Reagan.
Yeah, Reagan.
Yeah.
He deserves he deserves an honorary one because he don't see shit, but he do see shit, and how he came through at the end of Mob Psycho was amazing. Yeah. So just off of that alone, he deserves it.
I mean, I would go Yusuke. I would go Yu just because I actually want to see him and the main character of the show go head up. I want to see him run the fade. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be pretty cool. And it was a simple, easy answer on my end. But Brennan,
Moomy Rider.
All right,
Bicycle throw.
Yo, man.
Power ride. My bro has all the heart in the world, bro.
He does.
Like he has more heart and less talent than any character we've ever seen. So I give him just an honorary. You said an honorary degree. You didn't say
honorary degree.
He said honorary degree. He didn't say go in there and learn how to give hands. Nothing like that. This is, you know what I'm saying? You get honorary. Oprah has an honorary doctorate from a bunch of different schools and didn't have to know anything about that shit. So it didn't have to do anything with that degree either. So this is an honorary degree. Movement Rider gets it because he delayed the ass whoopings of a lot of people and took ass whoopings that actually ended up saving people with zero superpowers. Movement Rider.
And as much as I hate this dude, he continues to keep doing that work. Even though he's trash, he continues to keep doing. I gotta respect it to a point. Was that your favorite character, Rob?
What's that? Moomin Rider? I love Moomin Rider. I think Moomin Rider's great. I don't know if he's my favorite, but I think he's great. He's worthless in a fight, but he will show up and give you 110% every time.
My favorite moments was like when there's other heroes that are higher classes than him going the opposite way from the fight, and they're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "It's for the people." You know, just
fucking love it.
Pouring down raining.
Yeah. The Deep Sea King, bro. Oh my god,
bro. I actually had two more questions left, and I'm probably just going to ask one of them. So I know we want to get the time in. So I'm going to skip the teacher question, but this is just the early bid in. This is just the early bid. Who right now is an early favorite for your characters right now? Because I want to see who's going to be if your early favorite now is going to be your favorite towards when it hits the end of the show. So I'll probably end up re-asking the question: Is it still the same? This is tough for me, man. This is tough. I feel like there's a lot of pretty cool characters. I normally lean towards. I don't got the names down yet, but not the main character, but the homie with the black hair. I normally lean towards that character when it comes to shows. He's normally, but the guy I have behind me right now, Goji, is his name Goji?
Yeah, Satoru Goji.
Gojo's. Yeah, I think he's dope right now. For me, he has. I like his look. I like his character design. I like he's funny. He doesn't take everything too serious yet. He's still like, yo, I'll whoop your ass, bro. I don't care how strong you get. When he said that to me, I was like, I like this guy. He was like, I'm still smoking your ass. It ain't gonna be no problem. So as of right now, I don't know if he can
and he proved it.
And he proved it. He sat on his back like, all right, bro. Just let you know I can still take your ass easy work. You know what I'm saying? So as of right now, I don't know if he's going to continue to be my favorite because I feel like right now it's kind of all over the place. But right now he's in that slight lead of my favorite character. Brandon?
I hate you, but it's the same. My answer is the same. That's exactly who my favorite character is. He whoops ass. Like for me, all it took for me was just like, I'm the strongest. The way he whispered it and just whooped ass, that was it.
Yeah.
And improved it. It wasn't no like he's taking some hits. He's like, all right, he kind of got me. It was just like, easy work.
Right.
Ice.
Come on, man. Come on. You know what it is. I mean, and Kakashi's my favorite character in Naruto, and it stayed that way throughout all of Naruto. He only doubled down on it and solidified his spot in my head. And Kakashi's one of my favorite just anime characters, period. He's actually number one, honestly. And then, so yeah, this is my guy. I don't see it because he hasn't even really took his eyes off yet. I mean, his thing, and I think that's, if it's anything like Kakashi, shit's gonna get real when he lets that up. So
I mean, isn't he somewhere? Isn't that him over right there?
Yeah, that's him right there. Yeah,
yeah, without the blindfold. So I'm sure he's gonna get active when that shit happens.
Yeah, right here.
Thanks for the spoiler. Thanks for the spoiler.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize that. I thought this was him, even though they had different color hair. And I don't know how seeing somebody's eyes is a spoiler, but
because that might have been something crazy. That could have been a dope moment for us, and you took it away from us.
I probably still will be a dope moment. Like he literally has his eyes covered in all moments of this show. So like, why?
I know we know what's going to happen. We know he's going to get active.
Yeah,
For me, no, I like Gojo too, but my favorite character so far is actually Megumi. He's not usually the kind of character I think I gravitate towards usually, but I appreciate that.
Is this Megumi?
Yeah, fuck those kids. Fuck that guy.
Dark-haired kid, the other classmate with all the like wolves and stuff. Just because like
he's dope.
He is dope.
He's got all the different like curse animals. I even thought that using the frog or whatever to like catch that girl out of that curse's hands. That was pretty funny, but he's just, and he's about it, like he's a serious dude. He's in it seems to be in it for the right reasons. He's maybe a little tougher than on the exterior than he should be, but he also is, when Yuji saved his life, he repaid the favor and was just like, let's try and find a way that we can save this dude. He seems like a stand-up guy so far, and he's, not backing down when he's just like, maybe Yuji's about to lose himself. He's like, this is my responsibility. I got to stay behind and make sure that this comes out okay. So I like him so far. He's my top pick.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. All right. So that's the question portion of the show. Let's get into our likes, dislikes, and our overall scores for the show. Go ahead first, Ice.
Yeah. Dislikes. I just didn't like how much he referenced his grandpa. I knew that was going to be a thing, but in a 4-episode stretch, he just kept bringing back that. I knew at the initial time when he saved them, his classmates, but it just kept coming back and back and back and back. And it was like, if I got to watch 20 more episodes of this reference, that's going to like just be an annoyance. It's not going to derail the show, but it's just annoying because we get it. To the point of Naruto, too, it's a running joke that the swing that Naruto was left on is something he always looks back at. Like, they always cut to that fucking swing. So I feel like that's going to be something that they always cut to. His grandpa just laying there dead and telling him, to help people. But likes, I mean, this is a like and a dislike at the same time because it's like, I love Naruto. So it's playing all the beats that Naruto did. So it's like catering to the shit I like, but at the same time, I've seen it before, so I want this show to differentiate itself some more from Naruto. I think the setting that it's in gives it that that one step in that direction, but it's not enough to make me say like this not Naruto. Like MHA does enough to make it not Naruto, so that's why I enjoyed and kind of, you know, I can make it separate. But so far, Jujutsu Kaisen hasn't done enough to make me be like, oh, this isn't Naruto. But for that same reason is why I love it. Great animation, great fight scenes. They get active right off the bat. They get active within four episodes. I like the Tarantino direction style of like seeing something and then cutting back. It's not confusing. I don't be like, what the fuck? And even if I am, it's very briefly and then they explain it really quickly. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. So I give it a 6,800.
Brandon?
I say my least favorite part is interesting what Ice just said. My least favorite part was that I was having a really hard time. I still kind of am getting the actual character of the show. And what I mean by that is that like if you like in the beginning, like the first half of like the first episode, and so it was just like it felt like Mob Psycho. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is gonna be a funny, silly show. You know, and then the grandfather died, and then the silly funniness kind of just left the show. Like it didn't really come back. For me, at least. Excuse me. The silly funniness kind of left the show for me in a way that it just didn't come back. I did think the grandfather dying was hilarious to me, just because it's like, no, I've never seen somebody die so unceremoniously in an anime. Like, it's never happened before. Like, there was like no pompous nothing. It was just like, he just was like, and you sleep.
Turner. That's a great way to die, though. Very peaceful.
After like an epic statement. I enjoy it. I think they get after it. I don't have too much to say yet because I don't feel like I have a full judgment for it. I feel like it's an anime that's hard to look away from. Like I had to rewind it a few times just because I got distracted by like a text message or phone call. It moves very quickly at like Demon Slayer pace almost. And so I was like, all right, like we went from a kid in high school to a full blown demon god kid in 4 episodes. You know, like good Lord. They got to it quickly. They got to it very quickly. So that just tells you, I like that because that tells you like this is just the backdrop. So I don't know. I'm enjoying this. This is an anime I would 100% continue to watch. If we weren't doing this as our podcast, I probably would be close to done with the show already. I feel like. So I give this I'm gonna say a solid 7,200 to start off. I just feel like it's this is a really solid foundation that they've built so far. And I'm legit eager to see the rest of this. This is an enjoyable experience, and I'm happy that you picked it.
Yeah. Demon Slayer is still the speed goat.
You're welcome. It is.
No, Demon Slayer without question is the speed goat. Like there's no anime that's ever advanced as quickly as Demon Slayer.
Agreed. Rob?
Yeah, no, overall I like it. Just to get into a dislike, I guess to borrow an iceism, some of these episodes felt that there was just some box checking going on. You know, like, all right, we got to set up this character. He's going to be dumb, but he's really fucking strong for reasons that nobody really gets. You know, the fact that we're able to draw, like, obviously there's a lot of this creator's drawing from a lot of their influences, but it's just very clear to us what those influences are. And I would just like that to be maybe a little bit more subtle, so it doesn't feel like, all right, we got to get this person, we got to get that. And I feel like we're right on the cusp of that happening. Like we had to get through this 4 stretch to like, all right, you guys, you know what it is. Like these are the things, the sort of the parameters that we're setting up. And then now we can kind of move forward into a different direction or more interesting direction. That being said, even though it was box checking, I thought it was very well checked boxes. Like they got that, you know, very well done. You know, they carried it off right. My favorite thing actually is the tone. I kind of disagree with Brennan. I think it does still have those silly moments, like when Nobara kicked him down the stairs, or just like, you know, those moments where they're kind of like goofing on each other. This last episode, I think, definitely felt a bit more serious with, you know, everything that was going on. But those first 3 episodes felt very silly to me in a way that I enjoyed. I think it's cool that they can go back and forth between having it be a little silly and then be kind of super serious. And I just hope it continues to have fun with it and not be too bogged down with how serious everything is, especially since Iron-Blooded Orphans, I think, just, you know, took
mostly drained our asses. Fuck.
Exactly. So it's good. It's nice to laugh again. No, it's so I enjoy the show so far. I think, again, I'm right on the same page with Ice. 6,800 seems like a good place to start right now.
Yeah. I think, Rob said exactly my rebuttal was, Brennan. I was like, when he said that, I was just like, yo, they literally kept going with the funny moments. What I loved about it, too, was that they'll have a funny moment and immediately get dark right afterwards. And I was like, that is fucking... To me, that's good writing because you're like, he wasn't like, hey, what happened? Kind of like, oh, shit, we getting active now. All right, we getting serious again.
Like homegirl with the demon, she was making a joke and it was like, oh, shit, he's about to kill this kid. Like, hold up.
Yeah, for me, what I love is there's a couple things that I love about the show. As of right now, I like all the characters. This is very rare where I like all of the main characters in the show. A lot of times, like I haven't finished Naruto by far, but when I first started watching season 1, I was like, all right, the girl just like she's already annoying. She's already not putting no work in. This is
Sakura.
Sakura. But this girl, I like her. I like the voodoo doll move. I was like, oh, she the fucking real deal. So I like, as of right now, I like all the characters. I like the demon dude. I think he was like actually second in line as like who I was gonna pick as my favorite character on the show because I just think he's funny. He's funny and he's getting active too. And I agree with a game what Rob said, checking boxes. But I think all the classic animes or dope animes that are coming out, they have to check boxes. Demon Slayer did the same thing. They did it in a dope ass way, just like this anime is doing. Only thing I didn't like, it's not even really. I feel like they're going to eventually talk about it. Is how is he able to suppress this demon like that? I was just like, dog, like we don't know why this kid has this and why he was able to suppress a demon in thousands of years that wasn't able to be done like that. He's able to do it within. He can do it in 10 seconds. Like, I can put him away when I want to. I was just like, all right, I want to know about that. Visually, animation's dope. Fight scenes dope. Funny, dark. I like the darkness. Like they're showing the killing. They're getting after it. All the characters are dope. To me, so far, I'm giving this show a 7,500, and that's just like I probably could have went a little higher, but I also want to give it room to fall and to grow. Because if it starts to get better and better and better, I can't just keep hitting them with 9,000s. I don't want to do that. But I feel like this has the potential to be a very high-rated show if they're going the way people are acting like it's going. From all people that reviewed it are saying, like, trust me, dog, it gets better than what you've seen. I'm like, all right, if it's getting better, let's see what it's about. So I'm happy that this show, I say I chose it, but I feel like people were telling me, I mean, from the beginning, people were saying this is going to be the shit, so.
I didn't choose it. It chose me.
It chose me. So yeah, let us know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Below, what do you think of Jujutsu Kaisen? Y'all happy we're finally reviewing something that's somewhat new too? Just kind of ended. We're on it. Answer the questions in the comment section like we always do. Go ahead and drop your stuff, guys. Ice. And I'm gonna get to I'm gonna get to your thing, but I'm just saying.
Okay, yeah. Ice.McGowan on everything.
Rob.
RV Danger on Instagram. RV Danger 44 on Twitter.
Brennan.
Before I do that, I just like to say, go blue, and also I've never thought I'd say this before, but go West Virginia. I'm at Brennan the Best. Now, why would
Brennan's
I say that?
Brennan's just salty, number one, because his team didn't even make it. Did not make it past the play-in round.
Calm down, bro.
Didn't take it past the play-in round.
Hey, it's okay, Rob. It's okay that you guys are going to lose today.
No, dude, it's all good. I understand you got to switch up your school every time the school you root for loses.
Hey, at least I have a school to switch to.
I don't have to switch because we're still in the tournament.
I'm sorry, what happened last year?
Shit.
What happened the year before that when we kicked your asses out before you got to the Sweet 16? I'm just saying. Brennan talks a lot of trash, but...
Go West Virginia. I will be making sure to text Rob as soon as they lose, and he knows how petty I'll be, so I'm very excited for that.
Wow, I can't believe I was even nice to you and didn't text you some petty-ass shit when you got taken out in the play-in round.
I honestly expected a text, because even though you give me that being nice or whatever, I'm not giving you that shit. Like, the moment you're late to something, I'm going to bury you. And as soon as Syracuse loses, I'm texting you. So, yeah, that's what it's going to be.
Hey, talk your shit.
Yeah, I love when you talk Syracuse talk, how you see the energy shift. Hey, all right.
He's like in his beard and everything. He's over here just like, say something else. Say something else. You remember black belt, motherfucker? Black belt.
His beard turns the color of
Ouija boards.
Yeah. It turns the color of the fucking Syracuse orange.
You know I go out looking for problems, bro.
I'm gonna go summon some spirits to come haunt you tomorrow, Brennan.
Hey, bro, you better do that for West Virginia because they about to get in that ass.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
That's hilarious.
Rob definitely has an Endeavor beard. You know, when it gets lit on fire. I love it. That Endeavor beard.
Prominence burn.
Come back forever. Thank you, Keegan.
We gotta make that a meme. If somebody could put Rob's face with the Endeavor beard,
Oh, God. That's so great.
I'm Keenan Baker on everything. Animeshun podcast on everything. Cash App, all that stuff like that. And Ice did us a solid. He got us all a gift that he wanted us to open on air.
Oh.
Yeah, before y'all open it up.
Hold on, let me go grab mine real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
But yeah, Ice had got us something. He had brought us some things last night. And he was like, you know, don't open these until we get on the show. I've even booby trapped him.
It's big sparkly bag.
Yeah, these big. I told him yesterday. I was like, he came with these very sparkly bags like this. I don't even see mine yet. And I was like, he's like, here's your gift, Keenan. Here you go, boo.
I did not say this. Hey, fuck out of here, man. I did not.
Oh, man.
All right, go ahead.
You got it. Okay. I just, this. I know that both Rob and Brennan's birthday are around the corner, but this really has no correlation with their birthday. It's just something that I wanted to do. I feel like a lot of times we give each other shit. I'm gonna continue to give y'all shit. Brennan, you still a bitch. But I did want to, in a public forum. I know I could have did this like privately, but in a public forum, I just want to say it that I appreciate all three of you guys, and all three of y'all have a different impact on my life. Rob from just helping me with my writing. And just giving me tips. Like I gave him a pilot and he fucking broke down every single page of that pilot, which is a 60-page pilot, and line by line just went through like how to make it better. And people don't take that time out of their day to do something like that if they don't fuck with you. So I think for doing that, and then the short films that I sent him as well, for him breaking down my writing, man, you my dog for that. Keenan.
Hey, thanks, man.
Keenan just with, just life stuff. He talks about a lot of life stuff. I mean, the comedy gems that he's dropped on me have been tremendous. I feel like just talking to him in general, I've gained 10 years of just, not even just comedy knowledge, but just knowledge in general. And he just helps me so much, man. And like saying I appreciate you is an understatement. And Brennan, you a bitch. So everybody else, no, I'm just joking.
I was like, I thought that coming out like, yeah. No. Brennan, you're just a bitch. I didn't want to just give them something and you nothing. So
no, I think it is with Brennan. His straightforward. He's never deviated from who he was. The person I met him on day one is the same person I've met on day whatever day it is now. And he's straightforward, and he's motivated me in ways I don't even think that he has. I think just his straightforwardness of telling me like, hey, this shit is trash. Like, you need to be better. And I'm not going to put money behind this unless, you do better. And then I went back and I did better. And this is probably the only compliment that he ever paid me in my life. And I still think about it. He's like, you're one of the hardest working people that I've ever known. And for you to I've had these same conversations with a lot of people, and they haven't came back and still get denied and come back and I'm still denied. Like, let's not try to. There's no happy ending to this story yet. But the fact that what he said resonated with me, because I know he's the type of person that doesn't say stuff without meaning it. Because like I said, this was conversation like over a year ago, and he still hasn't paid me a compliment since. But that's like the type of person that he is. If he gives you that compliment, that he means that shit. And he's a pillar of authenticity, and that's what I needed at that time in my life, and I still need it. So this is just my way of just saying thanks to you guys.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thank you, man. That means
honestly,
a lot.
This would have been Patreon content if we had our Patreon cracking right now. Yeah. Cut the podcast off and get to that. So you want to all open at the same time? How you want to do it?
Yeah, just go ahead and knock it out. Yeah, just knock it out.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, this shit wasn't booby trap.
Man.
No, it wasn't at all. I just said that so y'all wouldn't think about it.
Oh, dude.
Can y'all take the cameras off? Because I think it's showing.
Yeah. It's kind of blinded, yeah.
Mm.
It's Deku.
Got to Mr. Aizawa, dude, thank you.
That's so dope. Thank you.
Here, let me take this background down. Got my guy right here.
Hell yeah.
And then
Oh no. Yo.
Yeah, I thought I took my
Yo. The iron-blooded orphan Deku.
Oh shit.
oh
Yo.
man. And see, Ice knows what it is. Ice knows what's up.
It's the Tekken jacket. Yo, good shit, Ice.
Dude, Ice, thank you so much.
We saw that jacket, Brennan, and we were like, yeah! So the fact that Ice went back and got it.
Yo,
hey, man.
I'm so excited. Thank you, Ice.
Dude, thank you. This is good shit.
Got me the Tar Heels guild. Yeah, we know we got this smoked. We got smoked in the goddamn tournament. God damn, we sucked this year, dog.
Yo, Ice, the funny part about your gift to Rob is that there's a higher probability that I'm going to be the one to end up wearing some of that.
Oh, for sure. What's happening? Brennan owes me at least 2 shirt wears that I've been saving for a rainy day. Every time I see Brennan, I leave, I go, fuck, I should have brought some Syracuse gear for him to wear. So thank you, dude. Absolutely. This is great.
This jacket is so dope. Like the quality of it too. It's a good quality.
Yeah, it's a crunchy.
It's a crunchy roll jacket.
Bro. You know what's funny? He didn't. Him not getting Brennan in sports to show that he's not like dedicated to his team. That just shows you. I can't give him a Michigan go blue because he gonna go to Michigan State after that. So
why are you over here with Rob right now?
Because there's no lies. There's no lies.
My thought process, like, I know he's not a diehard like Keenan and Rob are.
No, I'm not a diehard. I'm just here to see. I just want to see the world burn mostly.
He just wants the pain.
I knew something that you were a diehard about, so I made sure I got it.
Hey, I'm so happy y'all like that show too, bro. Like Iron Blooded Orphans, like great show.
Great show.
Really good. Yo, Brennan's gonna be wearing that jacket to the studio. I know that's my thing. He's gonna be sitting there. Kid,
I'm rock this mug.
Yeah.
Take
your background off, Brandon, so we can see it fully. Because I can't, it keeps like going in and out. My bad, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Brennan, I was saying too, let me know if that fit, because I wanted to get the Tekken logo on the back of it too, so I can take it and get it custom. But I wanted to make sure it fit before you did it, because it's on the sleeve, but I like it on the back too.
I'll let you know. But yeah, this is the jacket, y'all. Like, this jacket is absolutely fire.
Dude, I love this hoodie.
Yo,
he gonna be just in his office with the fucking jacket on?
He is.
Yeah. A good hoodie, man.
I'm gonna wear purple. I'm gonna wear a purple wig all the time.
Yo, you gonna do all meetings as Orga just from now on, just
straight up.
Yeah,
y'all saw my Deku.
Yeah, we got the.
That's when I was asking y'all who is y'all taking the poll.
Oh, y'all both got Ozawa.
That's awesome, man.
What was the poll again? It was
remember Red Riot and Eraserhead. That's why I asked both of y'all that.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, yeah, I was Red Riot.
Yo, this feels like a collector's thing. I'm not gonna open this.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it in the box.
Yeah.
Shit.
I feel like a lot of these kind of things like this, I would if you take it out, you put them up yourself, but like I feel like these are. Yeah, he's just dope, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Thanks, Ice.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, dude, thank you so much.
I was expecting because I know you said you was I don't know if you said it on here already, but I think you did start your own clothing line.
Yeah.
So I thought you got those sweats. That's what I was like. Oh, he probably got us the sweats to show on air. Give us some pub, man.
Yeah, that's coming too. But I just wanted to give y'all something in the meantime.
Man, I really appreciate it. Very nice of you guys. Thank you so much, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, where am I? I guess I put mine on. Even though I'll wear it with love and pride and shame at the same time. Even though we got smoke.
They'll be back next year. You can't ever count them out.
Yeah, that's true. This is heavy duty.
Y'all see the orange cuffs on the sleeve, though?
That's awesome.
That's good. Brennan, orange looks good on you. Can't wait to get some more on there. I already think he hears me right now. Oh, man. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, baby. These are quality as hell, bro.
Nice.
I would never button this. Because I'm Oreo.
I'm about to say, that's not what you button, bro.
You know what I'm saying? He don't do that.
See, Brennan, I actually wish Brennan.
Not the flap. Not the flap.
Got the Naruto run.
I wish Brennan did something on screen a lot. Well, he does sometimes. So you see Brennan on screen a lot, but that's a jacket that I wear on stage. Like, I love jackets on stage.
Hey, Keenan, you want to borrow it and wear it on stage one day?
I mean, we're doing like a recorded show. Absolutely, I'll rock it.
That shit hard.
This jacket is just fired. I gotta get some orange shoes now, so I can match the things that I have to wear that are orange.
I mean, your Travis Scott's
I don't think you heard, but I was saying orange looks good on you, Brennan.
All right, guys, that's a good episode today.
All right, yeah. So thank you again. I appreciate you, man. Thank you to all the fans out there always showing us love. We got a Patreon coming. We got some other stuff coming for y'all that's gonna be very special. We promise we're gonna get y'all legit, man. Once again, thank you, Ice. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate y'all, man. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, not all right, y'all, but all right, people.
Thank you for watching another episode.
Wow.
Animeshun.
I was like, thank you for watching another episode. We'll see y'all next week. Another episode of Animeshun. We out, face. I'm sorry, y'all.
Wow.
And so anime was solved forever.